Ever wonder what drives a man to become the Punisher? What kind of moral code do you need to take on the worst criminals in the Marvel Universe without flinching? Stick around as we dive into the mind of Frank Castle, the Punisher, and uncover his unbreakable code of honor. Trust me, this is going to be a wild ride. Let's start at the beginning. Frank Castle, a man with a backstory darker than my coffee on a Monday morning. A decorated Marine who had his entire life shattered when his family was brutally murdered by the mob. I mean, talk about a rough day, right? This tragedy transformed Frank into the Punisher, a vigilante with a moral code as rigid as his jawline. But what exactly is this code of honor? Frank's moral compass was forged in the fires of his military career and the horrific loss of his family. Imagine this. You're a highly trained soldier, living by a strict code of conduct, and then bam. Life hits you with the ultimate sucker punch. From that day forward, Frank's mission was clear. Punish those who escape justice. It's like Batman, but with a lot more firepower and a lot less billionaire swag. Let's break down Frank's code into three main principles. First, justice. Not the kind where you get a slap on the wrist for jaywalking. We're talking eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth justice. Second, punishment. Frank believes that if you're a criminal, you deserve to be taken out of the equation permanently. And third, protection of the innocent. Sure, his methods are extreme, but his heart's in the right place. He's like a really angry, heavily armed guardian angel. Now, how does Frank stack up against other vigilantes? Let's take Daredevil, for instance. Matt Murdock believes in rehabilitation and the justice system. Frank, on the other hand, thinks that's about as effective as using a squirt gun to put out a forest fire. Then there's Wolverine, who's got a healing factor and a short fuse. But even Logan has lines he won't cross. Frank's line? It's way back there in the rearview mirror. He's in a league of his own, folks. One of the best examples of Frank's code in action is his confrontation with the Russian mob. Imagine facing down a horde of heavily armed thugs with nothing but your wits and an arsenal that could equip a small army. Frank takes them out with military precision, never harming an innocent bystander. It's brutal, it's efficient, and it's exactly why we love him. No one serves up justice quite like the Punisher. But it's not all black and white. Frank faces some serious ethical dilemmas, like, when is too much? Too much. Remember that time he had to decide whether to save a corrupt politician or let him die at the hands of a worse criminal? Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Yet through it all, Frank's unwavering adherence to his code is what keeps him grounded. Or as grounded as you can be when you're a one-man war machine. Picture this. Frank Castle, in the midst of winter, navigating a snow-covered forest. The Punisher, dressed in white camouflage tactical gear, blends into the icy landscape. He's on the hunt, tracking a group of mercenaries who have been terrorizing a nearby village. Snowflakes fall heavily, muffling the sounds of his footsteps. Suddenly, he's ambushed. Bullets fly, and Frank takes cover behind a snow-laden tree. The cold doesn't slow him down. It only fuels his determination. He takes out the mercenaries with lethal precision, proving once again that no matter the environment, justice will be served. And then there's the time Frank found himself on a snowy rooftop, facing off against a masked enemy. The city skyline was barely visible through the swirling snowstorm. The rooftop was slick with ice, adding an element of danger to their fight. Frank, in his black tactical gear, stood out against the white backdrop. The combat was fierce, each punch and kick a testament to his unyielding resolve. The enemy was skilled, but Frank's determination and tactical prowess won out. He left the rooftop victorious, a symbol of relentless justice against the chaos of the world. Frank's actions often carry symbolic weight, like the time he projected his skull emblem onto a wall in a dark alley, sending a clear message to the criminals in the area. Their time was up. Or when he stood over a defeated criminal with the city skyline in the background, the ultimate symbol of his commitment to justice. These acts aren't just about punishing the guilty. They're about instilling fear and respect for the law in a world that seems to have forgotten it. Frank is also a master of tactical innovation. Whether he's modifying his weapons and gear in his workshop, surrounded by tools and blueprints, or conducting a reconnaissance mission, His ingenuity and resourcefulness are always on display. These moments give us a glimpse into the mind of a man who is always several steps ahead, constantly evolving to stay one step ahead of the criminals he hunts. But Frank Castle isn't just a killing machine. He has moments of introspection and vulnerability. Picture him on a rooftop, looking out over the city, lost in thought about his mission and his past, or visiting his family's grave, the pain and determination evident in his eyes. These moments of emotional depth make him a complex character, one we can empathize with even as we marvel at his relentless pursuit of justice. That's just a glimpse into the complex mind of Frank Castle. If you're as fascinated by his unyielding sense of justice as I am, make sure to smash that like button. And hey, don't just watch from the sidelines. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update on our deep dives into the minds of Marvel's greatest heroes and anti-heroes. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll show you how to create the ultimate Punisher cosplay. From the iconic skull emblem to the perfect tactical gear, we've got you covered. So like, subscribe, and gear up. It's time to bring Frank Castle to life.